Today's episode of the Read Pile is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
I'm Elle, and I never want to see a cookie again.
And I am the sus man, Rick Sussman, and I have actually watched the Deadpool trailer 13 times as of this taping. And you are watching the Read Pile.
It's the week of December 23rd, and here's some comic book news.
Christmas news.
Christmas news.
Christmas news you might care about. Yeah. So it is the week of Christmas.
Yes.
More importantly, it's the week of the Deadpool trailer, the official release.
It was very sexy.
The 12 days of Deadpool doth pay off, and we got ourselves an official 3-ish minute trailer, a real trailer of the Deadpool movie starring Ryan Reynolds and others. It's so good.
Well, it uses some of the clips that we've already seen from the other ones,
including the reworked animation shot of him jumping into the car and beating people up that started this whole thing.
Yes, and amazingly enough, I guess now someone probably is complaining that it's just like spliced in the same stuff and just a couple of new ones. But I haven't actually seen anybody complain about that yet. I know there's a complaint from somebody somewhere.
There always will be.
But I can't stop watching it. I don't care if you just show me the old trailer over again. I'm still gonna love it. And I love this. And they made sure to give you some big new ones, kind of pushed in there.
We got to see the Negasonic Teenage Warhead actually do her thing. We got to see Colossus, a lot more Colossus. We got a lot of bad words that only Elle has spoken, not I. We got a lot of violence. We got a little bit of the story. Now,
yes.
I have heard a lot of people give me the following line. The Deadpool movie looks like it's going to have a really lame story. And I punched them. I punched them in the face as hard as I could. I said, no, and I punched them.
You have to stop, because I don't have any more money to bail you out.
I will punch people until they understand that the Deadpool movie does not need a story. It just needs to be beautiful. And by God, it is doing such... it warms the cockles of the heart. It warms the cockles to watch that trailer. Because as much as I loved the Spider-Man movies, as much as I loved Lord of the Rings, as much as I loved Watchmen, and all of these other movies where I saw my characters leap onto the screen and become basically moving comic books. Like Sin City was like a comic book, but it was on film. I have never seen a character so far embody the original work as much as I'm seeing from the Deadpool stuff.
Yeah.
And as a guy who, if I can push up my nerd glasses and smooth out my hipster hawk just for a moment, I was into Deadpool way before all you other people. I got backup to prove it. Tell him I was into Deadpool for a long time.
I met him like 2 months ago.
That is not true. We've been doing this show for like a year and a half. Anyway, I'm really excited because it looks like the character has made the transition to not just be like a re-envisioning or a remake comic movie, but like the character is going to transition to this medium and keep all of its beautiful property. Now, we won't know until the weekend of Valentine's Day. Maybe, we can go see a movie together.
Pay for everything?
I'll pay for my ticket. Excuse me. Excuse me.
It's actually saying a lot. Time for comic book reviews. We are going to start with Venus. So it's a 4-issue little mini, and this obviously is part 1. I will not be reading part 2 or part 3 or part 4. So pretty much the idea is, hey, look, we have to go to Venus and start a colony. We're not going to fully explain, what's going on and why we're doing that. Maybe this is where we are at in this time, and we are doing this. Okay. Stuff goes wrong, and captain is now a commander. She wasn't expecting it. Things happened. Now they are crashed onto Venus, and nothing's going right. So, as I'm reading this, I feel like I am watching the beginning of probably 100 different games that start the same way. You know, the little intro to video games and everything, and you're just kind of waiting. You're like, I don't know, when am I going to be able to get to play? And that time just never comes. You're waiting for that break. You're just like, okay, yeah, I get it. You know, okay, okay, yeah, get it, yeah. I'm done. Moving on. Alright, we have Outcast. This is issue 14. Now here's the thing. Issue 13 had some fantastic things that happened. Now that was one of the issues that got skipped because we had a couple weeks there where we didn't record reviews. And on that issue, if you haven't read it, kind of get you to where we're at right now in Outcast, we have been dealing with Kyle's sister is possessed. He had to help her through it. He was able to. We found out at the end of that issue that he was able to get rid of what was inside of her, and she actually survived. See, that's the plus. You know, he was having trouble with that part. And so, you know, yay. But she pushed her husband out of the second story window during that whole hubbub, and that was not good. So a lot of things happened. It was really, it was a lot of things going on in that issue. You know, every page you're like, oh my gosh. And then you get to this issue. This issue is just kind of like the aftermath. Like, okay, well now we got to figure out what's going on with the husband. Is he gonna live? What's going on there? You know, the mystery guy and the creepy guy in the hat going by the name Sydney. We all know who he really is. You know, he shows up and he decides he's gonna play like the victim. He presents himself to all these people that have gathered with what's going on at this house, and he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna show up. And I'm gonna look like the victim. And you know, that's pretty cool. You're kind of wondering, what is he setting up for? You know, what is he trying to do? Is he just flat out trying to make them all look bad? Make everyone think that they are more crazy than they already think? But, you know, it's, like I was saying, last issue there was a lot of stuff going on. This one, not as energetic, but you still got me attached, and I will definitely be reading the next issue. Moving on, this is the pick of the week. Exodus, the life after. Yeah. Good stuff. You know what? You know why it's the pick of the week? You know why? It's because you meet God. And if you meet God, how could you not be the pick of the week? I mean, duh. And so this issue pretty much, poor Judas, he's still in his fancy-free, I'm dead but I don't know it state that he was already in before. So we're just waiting for that whole thing. But in the meantime, Hemingway and his crew decides that they need to go and try to get him and break him out of that spell, essentially. But things go wrong, of course, and you know, God's a little pissed off. You know, and you make deals with the devil. That ain't cool. So, yeah. Okay, so I didn't really picture God that way. You just want to read this issue so you can see what God looks like. And that's bad enough. Definitely blew my mind. And even just putting that all aside, just the writing, it just keeps you going page to page, and it's fantastic. And I just can't wait for the next issue. But in the meantime, we will see what Rick has to say.
Well, thank you, Elle, but you forgot to mention a couple of the books that we received on our The Read piles this week. we're a little bit late to the party because our shop got delayed a little bit, which is why you're just now getting Exodus, and I am just now getting The Goddamned. I love this book. I love this book. Not my pick of the week. You're not even getting a proper review, sadly, because it was last week's book, and I've got so many books I need to give a proper review to. But seriously, Jason Aaron, you are knocking this thing out the park, dude, so I really, really love it. Let us begin. Invisible Republic, issue number 8. The story of our intrepid reporter Bap continues. The story is now shifting gears in a tone that I really, really enjoy. We are now moving from the concept of discovery into the concept of, well, what are we going to do with all this? We've discovered, who the real patriarch of the revolution was, what she came to be known as, how he came to be. All these different little things, all these different little puzzle pieces are all falling together. The trouble is that we've already made our puzzle. So now what do we do? And this is where we join our crew in Invisible Republic. Is now we're trying to figure out, well, what are we going to do with the information now that we've gathered it? It's really, really fun stuff. And like I said, I might be enjoying this a little bit more than other folks because I am of reporter family. But damned if I don't really love that book. It's really good, especially if you have any kind of interest in journalism. You should check out Invisible Republic because you'll appreciate what you're reading. Let us move on. Saga number 32. As I mentioned with Saga 31, the Saga series always sort of takes like a stutter step when it gets going. Like the first issue of the next arc is always a little bit of a and then they really get going. And issue 32, they really get going. You can sort of sense that we are right in the middle, the heart of what will ultimately be like the final climax. You can see where we're starting to build. Well, I say all of this, but Brian Vaughan, he's a hell of a writer, and I don't think he's really painting by numbers here. So maybe I'm dead wrong. Maybe we're going to find out in like 10 issues that the whole middle part of the story was a null, a MacGuffin even. But right now, you're right in the center of it. I'm enjoying the eye of the storm. You're sort of waiting for the big thing to happen, and that really is what's going on. It's the eye of the storm of Saga. Nothing's really happening, but coming up just soon, at some point, very shortly, it's all going to go to hell. And that's the beauty of storytelling, and I'm looking forward to the hell. Speaking of the hell, what the hell? Chew 53. We are getting really close to the end, boys, and I don't like that. I love Chew. I adore this book. They go back in time. That cover that you're seeing right here, that really happened. They really went back in time. They really visited dinosaurs. I don't know if I necessarily believe that this book will end in like 7 issues now, because they keep introducing more characters and they keep dropping more knowledge bombs all over the place. Layman has, I wonder if it's Layman or if it's Gilroy, or if maybe it's both of them together working in tandem. Guillory. His name's Guillory. I've been pronouncing it Gilroy this entire time. Oh, way to go, reading. Anyway, you wonder if they're working in tandem because they have so much stuff that they're trying to give you. So much more fun. And I've actually converted half a dozen people to reading Chew this week who follow me on Twitter and on Facebook because they see the joy in my face when I read Chew. And you should too. Let's get the graphics spun up. Thank you. It is now time for our pick of the week. And this is a sad one because this may be our last time reading this, because we don't know when the next issue is coming. And normally, when I am told that an issue is on delay or maybe even hiatus, I immediately throw that book out with the bathwater and say, well, that can't be my pick of the week. But I can't stop myself. 4 for 4, it's Paybacks. This is the last issue that will be associated with Dark Horse Comics. I do not know where Paybacks is going to be next. I'm following Dr. Black on Twitter to see if he'll tell me when I can find the next issue. Paybacks is the book that I cannot get enough of. And I'm sad that it's not going to be part of Dark Horse. Maybe this was always part of it. Maybe it was just to get their name out there. And now the next issue will be on an independent group that will let them cut loose even more. But man, the amount of 90s jokes and the amount of my childhood that I could see being lovingly poured into this book and jabbed and poked and hilariously made fun of, it warms my heart and it makes me want to reread all 4 issues again and keep rereading them until I get issue 5 and whenever that may be. You have got me heart and soul, and I will always fall back to my love of paybacks. Give me more. Whenever you can, just give me more. And that's why it's my pick of the week. And I love it. And I love you. For you, our loyal followers of The Read Pile, we have an awesome offer from Audible.com. Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their awesome service. You can download some really great books like The Hobbit, the unabridged version from Tolkien. You can download Divergent, Lean In, lots of great stuff to check out. To download your free audiobook today, go to audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia. Again, that's audibletrial.com/nerdupmedia for your free audiobook.
That's this week for the Read Pile. Rick?
Oh, I'm still recovering from that copious pie that I ate. So, it was Christmas. The show has been taped post-Christmas. That's how we know about the Deadpool trailer. Cool thing happened on Christmas, and we want to give a shout out to our friend Madeline Flores, creator, artist, writer extraordinaire of Help Us Great Warrior, a book that we reviewed many times here on the show. It was a pick of our week. It was a fabulous 6-issue miniseries.
Yep.
Heads up to you. We had some young folks in who were visiting with family, and we showed them the Fortress of Nerditude, and they gravitated right towards your book, and they picked it up, and they read all 6 issues. These were kids that are 11 and 9, and they couldn't put this book down, and they instead of playing on their phone, instead of playing on their Xboxes or anything like that, they read a comic book. They read 6 comic books in a row, and they couldn't be bothered to do anything else, and I thought that was really cool. And I must say, bit of a Christmas miracle.
I wouldn't say a Christmas miracle. They have an interest in comics, but I think the idea that they zoomed in on that one in particular was pretty amazing. And the fact that they rushed through all 6 immediately and just was in love and just loved it.
Alright, it's pretty cool.
Fantastic.
Maybe not a miracle, but it's still pretty cool. We'll see you guys next week.
All over you.
I just said that!
I don't listen to you. Okay.
See?